Hello everyone. So in the second part of the top 5 MBA entrance exams, I'll be talking about XAT, which colleges to fill, what are your top colleges, and how you should choose the percentile required for the colleges. So we'll be covering that, and stick with me to get the complete information. Any queries you have, you can ask in the comment section. So now we'll talk about XAT. We have already covered CAT, right? This is already covered. We'll talk about XAT now. So that the important dates, 10th August, the form has been started. Deadline is 30th November. Fill the form ASAP. I have given the details of the admission office. In case you have any issues, you can call them. Okay. And admit card download 20th December. Exam date is Sunday, January 8th. Results will be out on 31st Jan. And that score you can download after Jan 31st. Important points regarding that is no minimum marks in graduation is required. Less than 50% in graduation can also apply. This is the only exam which takes less than 50% in graduation. There are some students who have this problem that they have around 47, 48, 49% in graduation. Hence, they cannot apply for CAT, SNAP, IIFT, and MAT. But you can apply for that. The students who are in final year can also apply. Top colleges are XLI Delhi, XLI Jamshedpur, XIMB, IMT Ghaziabad, TAPMI, GIM 4, KJ Somaiya. All colleges except XLI Jamshedpur and Delhi have to be filled separately. So please note that you have to fill the forms for other colleges separately to be eligible for the for this exam. Now this is the approx percentile for the top colleges which I have mentioned here. So right now just fill the XAT form and give the exam. Whenever these forms are out, most of the forms will be out in Jan only. So based on what percentile you are getting, you can choose the colleges. As I have told you in the CAT segment, you have to choose 2-3 colleges above your range, what you are expecting or what you are getting, so that if the percentile or the cutoff drops, you stand a good chance. And you should choose 2-3 colleges below the range, so that if the cutoff increases, you still have a chance, right? So XLI Jamshedpur, Maika, this is not the ranking. I have just put the random numbers here. I have arranged the list randomly, but then the percentiles are approx. IMI Delhi, Great Lakes, IMT Ghaziabad, TAPMI, JIM, IRMA 4, KJ Somaiya, Great Lakes, Gurgaon, LBSIM, LIBA, IFMR. So this is the list. That exam pattern, as you know, it will consist of 2 parts. Part 1 is the main segment, and total questions will be 101. So verbal ability LR will have 26 questions, decision making 21 questions, QA and DI 28 questions. Part 2 will be for 25 minutes, GK and essay. And you have to choose any one essay. The essay should not be more than 25 to 50 words. And this is accounted for in the later stage. Your cutoff, your percentile will be decided by the first segment. Okay. Decision making is the new segment here. Verbal, VA, LR, DI, QA, you already prepare for CAT. But for decision making, you need to make extra efforts. And we'll have separate classes for this. Don't worry about it. After the CAT exam, we'll have a course on that also, where we'll cover all this. Right now, focus on CAT because CAT will be held before the XAT exam. So once you prepare well for CAT, all the exams, around 80% of the syllabus is covered, and you will be pretty okay with all the exams pattern. So this was regarding XAT, and I would cover SNAP also in this. So if you look at SNAP, the important dates: August 4, the form has started. November 24, the exam, the registration process, and admit card will be live from December 5. The 3 exam dates are December 10th, 18th, and 23rd, and the result will be announced on Jan 10th, right? So these are the dates. This is the link where you can access the form. Important point for SNAP is you can appear thrice this year. Last year only 2 attempts were allowed out of the 3. This year you can appear thrice, and the best score will be counted. Additional fee for every extra attempt will be charged, and it's a speed-based test. So 60 questions, 60 minutes. The top 4 colleges or top 5 colleges are mentioned here, and the approx percentile is mentioned based on what percentile you are looking at in this SNAP exam. Once you start giving mocks, you'll have a rough idea about where you are lying. So you can choose the college, and average CTC is mentioned. SIBM Pune, which is the top college, 23 LPA, SCMHRD 20. SIBM Bangalore and SIIB Pune are at 11 LPA. SIOM is known for operations. It's one of the best colleges in India for operations. So in case you are looking at operations, you can choose SIOM also. The test structure, as I have told you, it will be of 60 marks and 60 questions, 1 marks each. 25% is the negative marking. 15 questions in English, which is RCVA, LR 25, and 20 questions in Cons and DI. Right. The timing will be 2 to 3 p.m. December 10th, 18th, and 23rd. It's a computer-based test, 60 minutes. Each wrong answer will have 25% negative mark. And this is I have taken from the bulletin, so the data is accurate. And you can appear for up to 3 tests for SNAP. If you appear for more than 1 test, the higher score will be considered. So you can just go through this. The top colleges, I have added some more colleges here. The top colleges, city, the SNAP cutoff and percentile has been mentioned, just to give you an idea about the colleges in SNAP. A lot of students had this query that which college they should target based on the exam. So I have covered this here. So this was regarding XAT and SNAP. I'll cover NMAT also in this. So NMAT, this is the link, register.nmat.org. You can choose your date, obviously. You cannot skip a question, unlike the other exams where the exam is held on a single date. NMAT, you will have a window, and you cannot skip a question. It is adaptive in nature. The exam is adaptive, so you cannot skip a question. Okay, so it's an adaptive exam, as I have told you. So adaptive means whether you answer the question correct or wrong, the second question will depend on that. So you have to ensure that you have to answer the first few questions correctly to get a good score. It is similar to the GMAT exam. And NMIMS will accept only the first attempt. I have told you earlier also. Exam slots are on first come, first serve basis. Exam will be available at test centers, and exam slots is online proctored exam will be available on certain dates. So if you're taking it from home, certain dates will only be available with limited capacity. The NMAT exam gives each candidate a randomly generated test from a pool of questions delivered one at a time. And candidates will have a choice of selecting the order sequence of test sections. You can choose your section, which section you want to do first and which you want to do in the last. 30% seats in NMIMS is reserved for female candidates. You cannot skip a question. You can choose your date, 15 days gap between 2 attempts. And you can choose sections, as I've told you. No negative marking. An important point here. There's no negative marking. And you get the score instantly. As soon as you give the test, you get the score. You can take the test from home or from the center. The top 5 colleges in this are NMIMS, Kiri Somaiya, XIMB, IBS, SDA Bokoni. Right? Important dates. So the last date is 10th October. So fill the exam form ASAP. The college forms you can choose a little later based on where you are, what you are getting. If you want to reschedule, so these are the dates. You can just look at this. The fees has been mentioned, 2,800 plus applicable taxes. If you are retaking the exam, again you have to pay the fees for getting the reports and all these rescheduling, 1,200. So this is the fee structure. The 3 segments are language skills, QA, and LR. And you have to do it within the time. The questions are 36 in each of the segments, and time is 28 minutes for language skills, 52 minutes for QA, and 40 for LR. So 2 hour paper, 108 questions, It is similar to the SNAP exam. Again, a speed-based test. Level is also same. Just that SNAP is 1 hour exam and this is 2 hour exam. Now coming to the most important questions of the how to choose the college. I have covered in the CAT video, but here I'll explain again. So this is the list of the top colleges. I am ABCL. What is the cutoff percentile for general candidates? For category candidates, it will be slightly lower, so you can choose accordingly. The fees has been mentioned and the average package. So based on the percentile which you are getting uh, 2 weeks before the CAT exam, you can assume that you will be getting the similar percentile. So the colleges which are where the deadline is ending before the CAT exam, you can fill if you're getting around 97. Otherwise, wait for the results and then fill. For all colleges where the deadline is after the CAT exam, wait for the results. And this is true for all the exams like XAT also, SNAP also, IIFT also, NMAT also. Just have a look at the dates that I have already told you. So I am Shillong, I am Ranchi, Udaipur. The ranking is not very specific, but yes, you can get a rough idea about the percentile and which entrance exam they take, fees, and an average package. This is for the remaining 22 colleges. The top 42 I have compiled here. Okay, you can pause the video, have a look, or take screenshot. Now, general tips which you should keep in mind while preparing for the exam. Fill the form ASAP. The exam forms has to be filled ASAP. College forms you might delay because you right now are not sure whether what percentile you will be getting. Revise. Revision is very important, as I have told you earlier also. Revise thoroughly. In fact, one day every week should be spent on revision. Maybe Sunday, or you can pick up any day. Whatever you have learned in the entire week should be revised. And every day before you start a new topic, just revise the previous topic in 5-10 minutes so that it is fresh in your mind. Make the notes neatly so that 2 weeks before the exam, we'll just ask you to revise and learn nothing else. So if you have made the notes neatly and if you have solved the questions neatly and marked them well, it will be easy to find it out. Compulsory reading of 1 hour has to be done in the next 3 months to have a good score in VARC. Solve one RC, one LR, one DI daily. This will help you in getting that regular practice and getting that jump in your scores. Do not procrastinate. Now, still 3 months are left. If you start right now, also, whatever you have done in the past, just don't worry about it and have a schedule. If you are not working and if you're not going to college, you should spend around 6 to 8 hours. If you have lesser time, at least 3 to 4 hours per day should be spent if you are aiming for 99 plus. And believe me, it is achievable. You can get that. Set realistic targets, level 1, level 2, and achieve them. Don't have overwhelming targets like you need to solve 100 questions in a day. That is difficult. Uh, do it at a slow pace, because if you solve questions or if you have high targets, you'll rush with the solving and you'll not get the exact outcome. So the learning will has to be at a lower pace. Don't leave any topic, because if you are leaving PNC probability and an easy questions comes from it, then you'll be losing there. So don't leave any topic. You still have 3 months. At least the LOD 1 of all topics should be covered, level of difficulty 1, so that the easy questions are tackled. Maybe if you find some areas tough, you can leave the second level of questions, but first level has to be covered for all. Don't compare your preparation with others. There might be some engineers or some people who are from IITs or who have start preparing for January or from October. So they will be at a better position, but you have to maximize your score, and irrespective of worrying about your peers or others, just focus on your preparation. That will help you. Write one mock every week from now onwards, and if you are spending 2 hours in the mock, spend around 4 to 6 hours analyzing the mock, where you went wrong and why did that go wrong. If a question is wrong, try to understand that if you get unlimited time to solve it, are you able to solve it? If you are able to solve it, then that means the problem is not with the skill, it is with the speed. And if you are not able to get a hang of the question, then obviously skill needs to be improved. So you need to revisit that area, solve questions further, and don't give up. I get a lot of calls and mails and messages from students that they are feeling demotivated, the mock scores are not rising, and they have been preparing from 4, 6, 8 months. But then let me tell you, this is true for almost 95% of the students, and this is true every year. The people who get a good score, 95, 98, 99 percentile, or even 99.9 percentile, are the ones who persevere in this period without losing motivation. So if you just stick to your plan, you don't lose motivation, you will definitely get a 97, 98 plus if you follow what is being taught to you. So I hope this is clear, and I have answered most of your queries. How to choose college also I have covered in this. So I have mentioned my email ID. In case you have any queries, you can ask me. You can mail me. I'll be happy to help. Or you can put your comments in the your queries in the comment section. I'll answer them. So thank you. Have a good day, and have a good weekend. Prepare well. All the best for all these exams. For IIFT, I'll make a separate video once the forms are out. Thank you.